Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is 𝓱𝓮𝓻𝓮 and this is CozyPixels, and today we are doing another makeover speed build, and it's been a recommendation actually. In the previous video I asked you guys if there's any specific lot that you would like to see, and one of you said that I should make this lot over in Strangetown without changing the exterior walls, and I was trying so hard, but I actually failed in the end, and you will see why. But currently I am trying very strictly to keep the original layout of the house, but kind of make it a little bit, make it make sense, because the original house is very weird. Like, this layout doesn't really make any sense, and even the basement was not one level high, so I had to modify that to fit the staircases in. And I spent so much time on figuring this out, but actually I created this little hallway where the stairs are to the rooftop, because I wanted to keep the rooftop area where Sims can go out, because I feel like that's a nice touch on this house. And also I wanted to keep the basement, also because it also makes the lot cheaper actually, because if you dug out the ground, then it makes your lot a little bit cheaper. And I wanted this house to be a starter home, so I didn't really want to go overboard, but in the end I didn't fit in the 20,000 budget anyway. But yeah, a little more on that later. So as you can see, I did this little hallway and then attached to it another little hallway which leads to 2 rooms and the bathroom, and on the other side there will be a kitchen and the living room area, or that was my original concept. But these little one tile things at the front of the house really threw me off. I didn't really know what to do with them. And also, just as most of my builds, I spent a ridiculously large amount of time trying to get this roof done and make it look good. But I mean, in the end, it does look good, I think, but I had to put a lot of trial and error in there, because I didn't really know how to make it look nice, because I wanted it to be a little stargazing area, and I have a concept that when a sim moves in and they will have enough money, I'm gonna turn the roof into a rooftop garden, which will look super amazing. But currently, it's basically just a square at the top of the house, because as I said, I didn't want to make it super expensive at the beginning. So I used these glass roof tiles because I didn't really know what to do with that little space, but later on I guess it won't really make sense, but I kept it anyway because I think it looks cool. And also I checked it inside the house, and as in my tiny build, if you guys saw that video, I made a 4x4 tiny house. I used the glass roof as well, and I think that looks super cool if you go into the first-person camera and look outside. So here I was, I don't know, trying to do some rooftop thing above the staircase, because logically if you put nothing there, then the rain will fall into the house. I mean, I don't think that's the case in The Sims, but if it would be real life, that would happen. So I use this little awning thing, I think that's what it's called, the glass one, and it looks nice in my opinion, but I had to find the proper roof for it, and like, as you can see here, also a lot of trial and error, but in the end I decided to make the roof the same height as the glass roof and try to make it look good. I downloaded these little roof windows, which I actually think they look super nice. I downloaded it just for this purpose of this house. And yeah, so as you can see, I spent ridiculously long time trying to figure this out, but I think in the end it will look kind of nice. It reminds me of the Curious household, just much smaller, like the build. I do think that it will fit the vibe of the city, and I can imagine like some sort of scientists like the Curious brothers live here and come out and gaze at the stars and stuff like that. So that's gonna be interesting. I don't know who will live here. I guess it will be either Ajay Loner, I think that's what his surname is, or later on one of the descendants of the primate Sims. We will see. Also, I spent the weekend clearing and making my CC folder over, and let me tell you, that was a pain. Guys, don't do that unless you really want to suffer for a whole week, because actually I didn't even start it over the weekend. I just finished it over the weekend. I think I started it like a week ago, and by the weekend I finally finished downloading and packing and stuff like that, but I still haven't finished it 100%. And over the weekend, I decided to start Build a City challenge, but just for my own fun with the game, because I haven't really played The Sims 2 in a while for my own fun. It was either always speed builds or gameplay videos, and I really missed it actually. Like, I really I couldn't really play the game without feeling the obligation to produce some content, if that makes sense. So for example, when I build anything for my own fun, I always record that as well and make a video out of it later. So I decided I don't want to do that with that. And I had a lot of fun. I will post pictures on my Tumblr if you want to see. I already posted a few of my characters, and that sounds a lot of fun. But yeah, because I downloaded new CC, I get ridiculous errors in the game, and I spent 2 whole days trying to figure out what was causing my issue. And yeah, after a while I figured that it was because of a broken piece of decoration, and I was so baffled because I got these super weird generic sim error messages, and they were caused by an item that wasn't even on the lot. So that's the beauty of Sims 2 for you. I guess she's an old one, she's a bit insufferable, but when she works, she's the best. And yeah, so here in the build, I'm still trying to kind of stick with the original layout, and it's making my life really hard, especially in this kitchen. I spent so much time trying to figure out how to make this look good, but it was really hard. Like, I don't know why, but that extra little piece of space confused me so much. I don't know why. Like, I could have built a nice kitchen if it wasn't for that little part. And yeah, no. It just didn't happen. I was thinking so much and like trying a lot of different things on how to make it look good and like have everything that a kitchen needs, but it didn't really work. But here I was not having fun anymore with this because it was really painful, but I was still sticking with the original plan of keeping the layout of this house because that's what you guys recommended. But it was hard. I didn't do it in the end. And also this house won't be like nicely decorated because, as I said, I want it to be affordable, and also I usually decorate my lots to match the personality of the Sims who will live there, and I don't know who will live here. So that's why I didn't do much. Also, I added 2 little rooms in the basement. I don't know if that will be used ever, but I decided I want to keep the basement anyway. And actually, I was kind of happy with the bathroom because if you know or you watched my previous speed builds, you know that most of my bathrooms are 2x3 tiles and they always have a bathtub, a toilet and a sink, and that's it. And here I was challenged a little bit with a bit more diverse bathroom. And yeah, to the living room. And this is where everything stopped in my head. I just couldn't figure out what the hell do I want to do with this. And this is where I decided that I want to move the walls of the house because I just couldn't bear with it. Actually, you saw the cut. It was because I exited the game. Like when I was furnishing that living room, I was like, I just can't do this. It's not gonna work, and I quit the game. Did a few other stuff and then came back to it later. And the other thing that made me move the exterior walls is that if you saw that when you move the camera around on this lot originally, the walls just pop up and down every time because of the super weird layout, and this was like very annoying to me. So I decided that I'm sorry, I won't make huge changes, but I just have to make this because it annoys the hell out of me. Also, I switched the window And I think this is where it really starts to look like the curious build that I did, or like in the same, I don't know, genre maybe. So that's what I went with, and I actually like the new layout much better. I think it's much more cozy and like makes more sense, because I moved the bathroom to the back of the house. And I usually have this problem where I put my bathrooms in the front of the house, but you know, the front of the house, the windows have to match, like have to be symmetric and stuff. And oftentimes I put big windows in the front of the house, but then again, a big window in the front of the house, which shows a bathroom, that sounds a little bit weird. So that's not something you would normally want to do. So I fixed that mistake here, which I was actually very happy with. And just as I said that I'm obsessed with fake wardrobes or fake walk-in closets, now I'm obsessed with these American style kitchens. I don't know why, but I keep putting them everywhere. And in my Build a City challenge, I think most of the houses have these type of kitchens, because I don't know, they just look so good. And like the idea of, you know, you are in the kitchen and you just, oh yeah, here's your whatever, and you just hand the plate out into the dining area. That's like super cool. And I remember one of our apartments when I was a kid had that type of kitchen, and that was really fun. So yeah, I was doing a little bit of trial and error here of what would look better, but I decided to go with the half walls and the columns. I wanted to put something, you know, above to like kind of show that it's not just a half wall, but it's built in maybe. I don't know how to express that, but I guess you know what I mean. But I didn't have any type of decoration item to do that, so I just decided to leave it there with the columns. Also, the cupboard there looks a little bit weird. Maybe I actually have to move that now that I think about it. And so yeah, you remember when I was talking about my classic bathrooms which I put in my houses? Yeah, it's gonna be that again. If you see, it's already 2x3 tiles, and it's gonna have a bathtub, sink and a toilet as usual. But I really like this little dining area, but actually I have to move it because I couldn't really figure out how to put the TV area in front of the windows. So I decided I'm gonna move the dining area in front of the windows, and I'm gonna have the TV area where the little shelf is now. Also, there's a huge empty area at the entrance, which I don't know how I will fill up, but I guess it depends on what kind of family I will play here. That, like, I'm trying to build my builds story-based, so that decides a lot of things. Also, you know how I say that I always build with blue and yellow? I think the green and purple might be the new blue and yellow. Because ever since this build, I just keep doing that. And I don't know, I just like to build with these contemporary? I think that's the right word. So like colors that are on the opposite side of the color wheel. I don't know why, but these combinations always look so good to me. I like them very much. So that's why also the kitchen is green and purple. And yeah, a little exterior decoration, and I think we are at the end of the video. As I said, I didn't really decorate the house very much because I wanted it to be affordable, and I want to decorate as we go along and as we play. So basically this is it. I didn't do anything with the basement, but I guess later on that can become a little science lair or whatever. Also, there's an empty room. So I feel like there's a lot of possibility here to expand and decorate this little house. I hope you guys like this one. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments, leave a like on this video, let me know suggestions in the comments if you have any. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!